Hey everybody, now that we connected our GotBackup account to our PC, the next step is to sync our existing local folders to our GotBackup cloud. But first of all, what exactly is a local folder? Local folders are folders containing files such as music, documents, videos, photos, etc. stored directly on your hard drive. Folders are extremely useful for keeping your files organized. By default on Windows, each user is going to have a downloads, a pictures, a music, a documents, and a videos folder. And by the way, when you first open File Explorer, these folders that you see here are quick access, meaning that they're just shortcuts to the real folder location. These folders that are pinned here on the sidebar are also shortcuts. The folders on the sidebar and the folders that you see on quick access are exactly the same folders. They're all pointing at the real folder path that is located on your local drive. So instead of digging through File Explorer every time you want to see a video, you could just click on the shortcut. It's just a convenience. Let me show you real quick how to find the real folder that is located locally on your drive. We're going to click right here where it says this PC. Now in my case, my laptop only has one local drive. Windows by default will label the local drive that is containing your operating system as the C drive. This is basically where Windows is stored and considered your main drive. Depending on how many additional internal or external drives your computer has, you might see more listed here. I just have one. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on my C drive. So right here is called the root directory of the C drive. What that means is it's the first or the topmost location on the hierarchy of the C drive. I will explain in a moment why this is relevant, because this is how you will find your local files. I am going to demonstrate first and then I'll explain. So let's say I wanted to sync my music, my pictures, and my documents folders with my GotBackup cloud. I'm going to come down to users. My username is Joel T, and I'm going to click on music. Now, this is the actual file that is stored locally on my hard drive. Now right here is what is called the folder path. Think of this as specific directions to finding a certain folder that is located locally on your drive. So remember, I first started clicking this PC, then went into the root directory of my C drive, clicked users, Joel T, and then music. That's the path that I took to find this folder, and inside that folder, this song. So now I'll go to my pictures, and inside this folder are 3 files that are stored locally, and here's the path. Next is my documents. Now instead of going through this process every time you want to find a folder, that's why these shortcuts exist. These are the same exact folders. They're just bypassing the whole tedious process of digging through the file structure. Now remember, I wanted to sync my documents, my pictures, and my music to my GotBackup cloud. In the previous video, we connected our GotBackup account with our actual PC. Now we're ready to start syncing. So here, by default, it's going to make this GotBackup folder under my Joel T. Users, Joel T, GotBackup. We're going to use virtual files instead of downloading content immediately. And we'll talk about this in a little bit. So I'm going to connect, and right now it's going to basically make a GotBackup folder. So this is a folder. Think of this as the root folder of your GotBackup cloud. And to demonstrate this on this end, if I go to my browser version over here on the browser, there's nothing here. This right here is right here too. This is the root folder of my GotBackup cloud. So it's time to start syncing my files. So first, to start syncing, I'm going to sync my photos and my music first as a demonstration. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on this, come down to settings, and here's my GotBackup root that we just created by default. I'm going to add folder sync connection. I'm going to click that. I'm going to choose my pictures. So my pictures is my shortcut, which is also right here. So right here, pictures is exactly that. It's the same thing, it's just a shortcut. So I'm going to stick that. Next, it's going to tell you to create a folder under this GotBackup root. So I'm going to create that folder on the GotBackup side, making a virtual folder now. Okay. Next, add sync connection. And right here, we're going to leave this, we're going to talk about this in the next video, but for right now we're going to leave it checked. So add sync connection, and it's going to start syncing. So now if I go on my picture side, it's been added to this root folder. And also, this is on my local drive right here. These little check marks now mean that these live on my hard drive, but also if I come on this side, they now live in my GotBackup. Here's my GotBackup root. Here's that folder that we created. And then just to show you on the browser side, this is that file. So this right here and this right here are exactly the same folder. If I go in here, this is this. These are the same exact files as this because it's on the GotBackup cloud, which is here inside the root directory that we created from the beginning. Okay. These pictures right here are on my hard drive. And just to show you that they live here, I'm gonna go to my properties. The size is 2 megabytes, about 2 megabytes. They live right here on these pictures, and then the size of this is right here. And then just to show you on the cloud side, on the cloud. All right. And then, okay, so now that we created our pictures, let's go ahead and add some music. So I'm going to go to my folder sync connection. I want to add my music to this GotBackup. Add folder sync connection. Now instead of going through the file path, we're just going to hit this, select folder. Next, create folder, music. And now let me just show you real quick on the GotBackup side. So right here, we're gonna create music, okay. Next, we'll leave this checked, add sync connection. And now, look at that, it just popped up. Now it's syncing. So let me go to my music on my hard drive side. This is my hard drive. This is my GotBackup cloud. And now here it is, right here and right here. And then we'll talk about what these mean in the next video. And actually, let me show you one more thing. Okay, let's say I want to add some pictures from my SD card. Here are my pictures on my C drive, on my hard drive. I'm going to add my SD card and add some more. Here's my SD card that I just inserted. I'm going to go to my pictures and I'm going to add 3 more pictures. I'm going to select these, copy, and paste. Or it's down here. Paste. And by the way, there's a difference between copy and paste. Copy is I made a second instance of these photos. If I cut, and I highly recommend you don't do this, I'm going to just explain why you don't. If I cut, you're cutting this off this drive and then you're going to paste it over here. So they're completely gone. I highly recommend you don't do this, because in an instance where you have some sort of failure, like maybe your power goes out, or for some reason the transfer, like it's a huge file and for some reason the transfer fails, you have a potential to corrupt these files and they're lost forever. So 99.9% of the time it's best to just copy and paste and then go back and delete anything, especially if it's coming off of a SD card, because that could be, you know, videos that you just shot on a camera that you want to copy onto your local folder. And then if you cut and paste them and something happens, like I said, the power goes out, during that transfer, that file could potentially be corrupted and therefore gone forever. So just keep that in mind. Copy and paste 99% of the time is the better choice. So just to side note. But then let me show you now. This is my C drive. I'm gonna go to my client, and by the way, this right here you could also access through right here. So right here is the same thing. I'm gonna go to my files. So now that they're synced, I'm gonna go to my pictures, and here they are. They've been added now. So all of these have been added. And then just to double check, I'm gonna go back down here, new folder or new file explorer. These are my pictures. Remember, this is exactly the same as what we just saw in the browser. So there we go, they're in sync now.